So we made it to our hostel in Jodhpur. There's a fort up there. It's Blue City, but you can kind of see blue buildings everywhere. It's a nice hostel. I'm pretty happy. Really, really nice area at the top here just to hang out. We have 3 nights here, so we're gonna take it easy, go slow. So far, so good.
Jodhpur, known as the Blue City, is the second largest city in Rajasthan. Founded in 1459, Jodhpur quickly became a political and economic center. Also called the Gateway to the Thar, the Blue City of Jodhpur gets its reputation from the blue Brahmin houses sprinkled throughout the city. Whether for caste identification or bug management, the bright hues of blue are a beautiful contrast against the golden fort and surrounding desert.
Okay, so it's our first full day in Jodhpur. We're just walking around and exploring a little bit. Took a bit of time to get our train tickets today too, because we forgot our passports and have to go back and forth like 3 times.
And then the tuk-tuk driver tried to rip us off and tried to say that we agreed on a price that was higher. So that happened too.
So now we're just grabbing some lunch at this place. And then heading back up towards our hostel to explore a little bit more. So I got this halwa puri sabji, and Tristan got pav bhaji.
We just decided to go for a little stroll and just walk down some side streets. And we found ourselves now at the base of the fort with the rocks and the wall up on top. But the thing is, I don't think that this alley or this area sees many tourists walking around, because even the adults here are like, hi.
Yeah.
And it's always just like kids that do that, right? Like even the adults here seem excited to see us. Oh, look at that building. It's very blue.
It's very blue building. Hello. All the cows. Oh, there's the camels.
Hey, that's good.
Hi. Take selfie.
Yeah, good selfies. Yeah, good. Okay, so we are, oh, I'm all unbuttoned here. So we are walking down the windy side streets of Jodhpur.
That's okay, you look fine.
And we are headed off to the fort today. We're gonna head out, it's that big towering monolith over the city. Well, now I'm just wet. So it's rained today for the first day. Oh, we're up here apparently, whatever, just show them everything. So it's rained for the first time in India now on our lovely day at the fort that I wanted to have, and I'm none too pleased about it. So they told us to go in. What's going on? Okay, we go this way. All right, thanks. That being said, look at that. Wow, good angle, double chin angle.
What you looking at?
Steve, those are some pretty neat pants you got on.
We're going ziplining around the fort today. It should be really cool. There's like 6 ziplines. Takes an hour and a half or so.
apparently this hole here is where bacon crawled out of that hole thing in Dark Knight Rises. We're gonna double check that when we get back. We finished the Flying Fox now. What are you doing? We finished the Flying Fox zipline, and it was pretty awesome. I'm not a huge zipline person. Like, I would never just like do ziplines because I don't see the sense in them. But it was pretty cool. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was really good view of the fort and the city, the blue city. Finally, we actually understand why it's called that.
Yeah, because the side of the city that we're on, it's like where we are, the fort, and then on the other side is the blue part of the city. I mean, there's like one or two over there, but on this side is like...
Yeah. So
but,
it's good.
A word of advice, what I didn't know, I haven't shared this with Stacy, I thought that the zip lines would go like around the fort, and I was waiting for that, and then when we got here, it's just on one side, and it's like...
Over the water that's down below.
Yeah, there's like water and the walls, and it's some really nice views, and it's really good, but I thought it was like around the fort.
Yeah,
And it wasn't. It does not go around the fort, so if that's what you're thinking.
And there's green parakeets, that was cool.
Yeah, on the zip lines. Stacy like, murdered one.
No, I didn't.
Anyway, so now we are heading up. There is two parts to the fort. There's like the fort that you can just walk around in because it's the fort. But then there is the museum with the audiobook tour, so we're gonna go do that. I don't know if we're gonna wander around first. Maybe we'll wander our way to the audio tour a bit. So Stacy is markedly less amazed by this wall than I am. So, okay, so it looks like a regular door, right? Get out of here. But behind it is just stone. Okay, so I don't know if that was original or if they just added that or whatever, but to me it looks an awful lot like they went through the effort of building a fake door so the invaders would like ram their elephants into a brick wall, which seems pretty badass. I like that.
You have entered the Mehrangarh Fort, the citadel of the sun. Over 500 years of history, glorious, bloody, spectacular, sometimes dark, the stuff of myth and legend, look down upon you here. It was perhaps this very view that moved Rudyard Kipling to write the work of angels and giants. But kings lived here once, queens too, not that long ago, and men of honor who claimed descent from the sun itself. These were the warrior Rathors, one of the premier Rajput clans that dominated Rajasthan, the land of kings, for well over 1,000 years. Their kingdom, here on the edge of the great Indian Thar desert, was called then, as it is called today, Marwar, literally the land of death. It was in 1459 that the 15th Rathor ruler of Marwar, Rao Jodha, began building Mehrangarh and transferred his capital here to this city he founded, Jodhpur, Jodha's city. The history of the Rathors of Jodhpur is a story of a single martial clan, but really, these walls contain the entire breadth of medieval to modern Indian history. Straight ahead is the oldest section of Jodhpur, the blue colony known as Brahmpuri. Brahmpuri takes its name from the Brahmins who moved to Jodhpur with Rao Jodha's court. They are the priestly caste in Hindu society. Traditionally, Brahmins interpret the sacred texts, perform religious ceremonies, and offer spiritual guidance. Indigo, which gives the wash its distinct blue color, is not only cooling in the summers, but also makes an effective insect repellent. Anyone's house can now be blue, but the old walled city is still divided along ancient community lines. Left, there's a snaking its way around the hills, protecting medieval Jodhpur is the old city wall. The 19th Rathore ruler Rao Maldev built it in the 16th century. Made of local lime and stone, this impenetrable wall rises to an impressive 40 feet high in some places. It's wide enough for cannons and horses, and for over 400 years, Rao Maldev's fortifications proved to be as invincible and durable as the Rathores themselves. We've walked through much of Mehrangarh today, got a taste of life as it was once lived here, and we hope shared some of our rich and noble heritage with you. The dynasty that has endured for over 700 years will, with the blessings of Mataji, continue for centuries yet to come, and Mehrangarh will ever remain its most glorious symbol.
We finished the audio guided tour, so now we're just going to take a little walk through. Oh, here we're greeted with our first glimpse of the inside of the fort. So let's take a little walk around. I want to walk along the bastions. That's what I want to do. Hopefully we'll see some good views. And then afterwards, we're just shutting her down. We have an early train tomorrow morning, and then we are out of here. We're out of Jodhpur and headed to
Jaisalmer. So I definitely just snuck in here for free. It was 50 rupees at the entrance, and then we just walked on the road and the gate was open. So here I am. Tristan didn't want to come in, but it's really pretty.
Anyways, we're on our walk back and we're discussing how each of our recent adventures went. One, where Stacy stole her entryway in. And two, where I was met with the same path, but being a moral and just character, did not. I get a flag kite with some kid.
But yeah, so we walked up to the statue, which is free. And the white thing was called, Jasmine Fata.
Yeah, that's what I call most things here. Just try to pronounce it for 1 second and then it's too late. So another thing that I just remembered, a lot of people apparently don't talk about this. Like, people just fucking take pictures of Stacy all the time. Dudes are like, hey, I've never seen a fucking woman before, and like take pictures. Which is like super creepy. A lot of times they ask for photos. They'll say, hey, can we take your guys' photo? And then I'm usually included in one or two, and then they just all want a photo with Stacy. But the guys I was up flying kites with, they asked me for a photo with Stacy, and I spent far too long explaining to them.
Oh,
no thanks. I spent far too long explaining to them that they don't have to ask me, they have to ask her. We had to get like Google Translate out and everything, because I was trying to, you know, teach a little respect for women's. Okay, but it was like, we still don't think they understood. I thought it was like a funny joke that we made them ask her. But, yeah. Different strokes. No, not different strokes. Drastically different fucking cultures. That's what it is. Okay, it is 5 in the morning. We are heading to Jaisalmer, and it's nice. You can hear the morning call to prayer. So we're just loading up in our tuk-tuk and getting on our train.